so big. Hey guys, it's Thomasina and welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, thanks for tuning in. I am a model, among other things, based in New York City, and on my channel I host lifestyle vlogs and tips and tricks videos on how you can become a model or move to New York if that's something you're interested in. It's about 9 a.m. and I have 2 self-tapes that I need to get done and submitted today, and then I have a photo shoot at 2 p.m. today, so I'm gonna leave around 12:50 to make sure I get there on time. I had a shoot yesterday and that was in the last vlog. So it's been a really busy weekend, which I absolutely love because you guys know when I get bored, I start to overthink my career and overthink my life and just come up with a whole bunch of crazy scenarios as to why I'm not working hard enough, even though I definitely am. But I'm about to review my self-tape instructions just to make sure that I'm wearing the right outfit and to make sure that I'm doing everything that they asked me to do in the video. It's very, very important to thoroughly read and understand your self-tape instructions because you're not casting in person, so you don't have a casting director or another person to ask if you're doing something correctly. You're doing it at home by yourself, and so they give you these specific instructions in order for you to follow them so that they can accurately and fairly compare your audition to everyone else's. So I always like to read and reread my casting instructions a few times before I actually record the video, just to make sure I'm crossing all my T's and dotting all my I's and don't have to resubmit it all over again, and so that I don't risk my tape being thrown out completely just because I didn't label it correctly or because I didn't slate correctly. So pro tip, read and understand your instructions multiple times if you need to. So I officially got all of my self-tapes submitted and I still had like 2 hours before I had to leave. So I started with my spring cleaning. I'm officially transitioning my fall and winter wardrobe out and bringing my spring and summer wardrobe in. I only got like half the way through and I have to leave to head to the studio in like 10 minutes. So I'm just gonna put a pause on it so my room looks an absolute disaster, but I'm gonna go to the photo shoot and then when I get back I'm gonna finish up everything. So I will check in with you guys once I get to the shoot. Ooh, child. It's not even that hot. It's like 60, maybe like 65 degrees. I came out with a jacket on, but this 25-minute walk ain't no joke. Got me out here sweating. Whew. No, but tell me why I literally just saw my doppelganger. Same haircut, same complexion, literally similar jacket. I looked at her and I had to do a double take because I was like, is that me? I'm vlogging.
I saw you have a YouTube channel. Is you like modeling vlogs and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Okay guys, but let's get into this beat. Like, she did so good. Let me just say, as a dark-skinned model, when you get a makeup artist that matches your skin almost perfectly, it is the best feeling in the world. I couldn't really get a good look at my makeup while I was there just because the lighting was off, but I just went to the bathroom and my bathroom lighting is pretty good and I saw like she matched my complexion like perfectly and I was just so happy. I can't wait for you guys to see the finished photos. I'm kind of doing a portfolio shift where I want to focus more on shooting beauty so that I can snag a beauty campaign in the future. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you know that my portfolio is predominantly like fashion editorial, and that's not actually what I book. I mostly book commercial and beauty work, so I need to tailor my portfolio to that so that I can book even more work because these clients can see that I can actually pull off what they're looking for. This is my first time working with both Ari and Jess and they are great. Our personalities just really mesh, like the conversation flowed. It didn't feel awkward or forced at all. They are a great duo team and hopefully I'll be working with them again in the future. Anyways, I'm back home now and not surprising, I am a little bit tired. Being out all day and shooting for extended periods of time, even though it seems like you're not doing much, it can be pretty exhausting. So I'm going to finish doing my spring cleaning, switching out my wardrobe. I'm gonna take my makeup off even though I really don't want to because it is so perfect. And then I'm gonna cook and get in the bed. I'm so tired. And by the time I finish all that, it'll probably be nighttime anyway. So I will check in with you guys at some point during this week when I have something to do. I don't know. My alarm was originally set for 6 a.m. this morning. Of course, I hit snooze and woke up at like 6:45 and went to the gym. I usually prefer going to the gym like early afternoon, so like 2 or 3, but I went early this morning because I was supposed to have a photo shoot at 11 today, but in the middle of my workout, the photographer texted me and told me that she would need to reschedule because of something personal that was happening on her end. So it's like, of course, like no worries. So I don't know when we will get a chance to reschedule the shoot, but that opened up the rest of my day. I'm going to an event tonight, which I was kind of like debating whether or not I was going to disclose it, but I think that it's such a cool concept. I'm gonna tell you guys about it. I am going speed dating for the first time, and I think that speed dating is just a fun concept. It's kind of similar to that other event that I went to, Skip the Small Talk, but that was, at least for me, a more platonic experience, and this event is like specifically with the intentions of finding like a potential romantic partner, even if it's short term or long term or what have you. So I feel like with me living in New York, I need to have the speed dating experience at least once, so that's what I'm gonna do tonight. And I don't know if I will bring you guys with me for that. I kind of don't want to be on my phone at the event, but we will definitely debrief tonight, so stay tuned. All right, you guys, so I am about to head out. Surprisingly, I am not nervous, more so excited. I love I'm learning that I love conversations with strangers, especially when there's no like pressure or expectations. I'm really just going into this as like a fun experience. I'm not going into this like, oh, I need to find my husband tonight. I need a ring on it by the time I leave the event, like period. Those are not my sentiments. Literally just going to have fun conversations with strangers and to experience something for the first time. So I'm excited. I didn't get too dressed up because I didn't want to look like I was doing the most, but I'm also dressed up just enough to where they know that I be looking good sometimes, you know? Hey guys, happy Thursday. So when I got back from the speed dating event last night, I was so exhausted. I got in at maybe like 11, washed my face, and immediately went to sleep, so I could not debrief with you guys. But it's the next day and I have thoughts. So first of all, it started at 7:30, but I got there a little bit late, so I was already slightly anxious because I didn't know if they were gonna start exactly at 7:30 or like wait a little bit. Thankfully, they did wait a little bit, so everyone was just like mingling already, like once I got there. So I sat at a table by myself, and a woman came and joined my table, so I was talking to her and 2 other girls before the event started. And then they had the women sit like against the wall, and the men were the ones moving from table to table throughout the event, which I was so excited about because I was wearing heels, and even though they were pretty comfortable heels, just the process of like getting up and sitting down and getting up and sitting down, I felt like it just increased my chances of like tripping or just looking silly or just like doing the most. So I was glad I got to sit and look cute the entire time. Overall thoughts on the event, it is not for the faint of heart. It is smiling for like 2 hours straight, constant talking for like 2 hours straight, which is something that I'm not used to. Even though I have a YouTube channel and I'm always talking to you guys about my life, I am not the biggest fan of talking about myself, if that makes sense, especially if there are not facilitated questions or prompts or like specific questions about my life. If you want me to just go off the dome and like tell you about myself, that's no fun to me. I don't enjoy that, and that's pretty much what most of this event was. So comparatively, the only thing that I've done similar to kind of like speed dating is Skip the Small Talk, but it was more in a like, I guess, platonic environment if you wanted it to be. But it was so nice to have those facilitated conversation prompts, so that way you don't have to repeat the same spiel of how old are you, what do you do for work, where do you live in the city, what do you do for fun, what are you looking for. You don't have to repeat that for 30 different people. I personally prefer that system of talking with strangers, but I did have a good time, but it was slightly overwhelming and it was like a little bit tiring. You only got to talk to each person for 3 minutes, and I went on a total of 17 dates in a span of maybe like an hour and a half. So it was a lot, and we were speeding through, and so I don't want to show like the names of the people that were there, but you basically get this pamphlet, and if you can see, it's like numbered along the sides. And so there's a section for your date's name, and there's a section for notes. So you literally like write their name and you're taking notes as they're talking. I did such a terrible job at that. I did not take notes on these people. I was literally just having conversation and just going with the flow. And it's very hard to like take notes on a person while they're in front of your face. So I just made like a little mark for the people that I found attractive and then went from there. There's only so much you can get from a 3-minute conversation. So for me, my first ticker and the easiest thing to check was, do I find you attractive? If I find you attractive, then I'll make a little note, and if we match, then maybe we'll go out and see if our personalities mesh. But in that 3 minutes, you can't tell if someone's presenting like a false representation of themselves in those 3 minutes. It's just very hard to tell like how much you would get along with someone. So I just made initial notes like, are they cute, whatever. Out of, I think there were like 35 men there, I found 2 to be attractive, and 1 was like a maybe. Like his personality was kind of shining through in those 3 minutes. So I was like, maybe I could find him attractive eventually. You know, he's kind of funny. So I marked 3 total out of my 17 dates, and everyone else is kind of just like cool banter, like, you know, it is what it is. And so this event was very, very organized, which I appreciated. So you get there, you check in, everyone gets a name tag, you sit down, the girls stay seated, and the guys move every 3 minutes. You take notes on the little pamphlet thing, and when you register for the event curators create a profile on the website. So each dater already has a profile created for them. So after the event, you go onto the website and you select the people that you liked during the event. And you can also see the people that liked you. So it's not like a dating app where you can only see someone if you both liked each other. No, it's not like that. For example, I could go on the website and say that I liked Bob and I would like to match with Bob. Bob can see that I liked him and I would like to match with him, but he does not have to match me back. So on some dating apps, for example, like Bumble, you can't see who's liked you until you match. It's like a mutual connection. I think it's the same with Tinder. So I guess this setup, this system is more similar to Hinge, where you can see everyone who's liked you and then you just pick the ones that you want to match with. So that is what the website looks like. So after the event, I personally did not stay and mix and mingle. One of the guys that I found attractive was still in the middle of a conversation, like once the event ended, and I didn't feel like waiting around for him to finish a conversation to like go approach him. That's just not my thing. I went there, I had a good time, I met people, I, pushed myself beyond my social limits, and so that was all I needed. I thought it was a successful event in that aspect. So I just left, even though some people did stay and get more drinks and like continue to socialize. And yeah, so when I got home, I checked the website to see if anyone had liked me. And I will tell you guys, out of the 17 guys that I went on a date with, 6 of them liked me. And of those 6, I only matched with 1, meaning we mutually liked each other. And so when you guys match, their contact information pops up, but it's only email. So I have not received an email from said person. I don't really know if I will reach out to them. I don't know if I like them that much to like actually go on a date with them. So like, I don't know. It was, for me, I wasn't going into it like looking for a long-term partner. I was just going to it to like practice my social skills and to do something for the first time because I've never done speed dating before. So I think maybe my intentions were a little bit different from everyone else's. I'm like, hey, if I end up meeting my knight in shining armor at this event, that's a plus, but I really just want to go and test my social skills and I guess my dating skills and go from there. I don't feel like I am a naturally flirtatious person. I actually am pretty guarded, especially when it comes to men. And once I get to know you, then that guard comes down and then that flirtiness comes out. But I'm just not a naturally flirtatious person, so going on dates just helps me practice. But I love doing events like this, whether it's for dating or whether it's for like more platonic and like friendship, whatever it is. I just love having conversations with strangers, and it really helps me get out of my comfort zone. So ultimately, I'm glad that I did it. If you are someone who's an introvert or maybe gets social anxiety, if it's crippling social anxiety, I don't know if I would recommend something like this, but if it's kind of like borderline social anxiety, like you just need that extra push, I would definitely recommend at least trying it at once. You know, you have free will. If you show up and it ends up being something that you're not really vibing, then you can always leave. There were two girls that I was talking to. They ended up leaving towards the end of the event. I think they missed out on maybe like 2 or 3 dates, but you know, they were kind of bored with it. They were over it. They were tired, and so they left. And so that's the good thing about free will. You don't have to stay anywhere that you don't want to be. I am choosing to challenge myself in this way. It may not be for you. It is not for everybody. But the more that I go out by myself and the more that I go out to events like this, the more open and bubbly I become. And so maybe in the next 2 years, I will have transitioned from an introvert to an extrovert. Who knows? But I had a good time. But anyways, it's gonna be a pretty chill day today. I have a dermatologist appointment, so I'm gonna go check my skin. It's looking much better since the last time I visited him, so that'll be great. And they always take like transitional photos to see like how your face is improving or getting worse, so that's great. I'm gonna talk about the discoloration that I've been struggling with. I have like a light spot that's popped up on my face in the last month, and then I have lighter under eyes. And it just seems to be getting like worse as I get older, so I don't know if there's any way to stop that process from happening or like what's going on. So I'm definitely gonna ask those questions when I meet with him. And then I'm gonna go to Trader Joe's because I have officially run out of groceries, so we're gonna re-up on that. There was a social event that I had planned on attending tonight because I'm on a roll. I'm on a social roll and I'm so excited, but I also have a lot of things on my to-do list, and my to-do list is just growing and growing and growing. So I want to knock those out of the way before the weekend. Oh, look at, they're so big. I got it, guys. I couldn't help myself. I had to get one. It's so big. So just to give you guys a closer look at the light spots that I was talking about on my face, you can see right here, there's like a random light spot that just occurred maybe like 2 months ago. And then around my eyes, you can see it's way lighter than the rest of my face. It's the same on this side. And I'm not sure if it's from the medicine that they prescribed me, because the medicine has helped clear my acne, but I don't know if the discoloration in the skin is like an adverse side effect. I'm just gonna ask him about that to see if there's any treatment or other medications that I could take to get my skin one even complexion. But outside of that, I'm really satisfied with how my actual acne has cleared up. Again, it ebbs and flows depending on what I eat, but when I take my medication and I stay away from dairy, it's like pretty good results.
Quick question.
Okay, you guys can really see the light part of my mouth that I was telling you guys about. Oh, my camera's about to die. Well, let's run that back anyways, because I didn't say hi to you guys. Hi, happy Friday. I feel like this week has just like sped by, and I also feel like I've barely talked to you guys this week. But yeah, like I was saying, the light part that I went to the dermatologist for today is like really visible today. Can y'all see? But he said that if I stopped using the vitamin B, C, and E moisturizer that I was using every day, he was like, if I limit that to like 3 times a week as opposed to every day, then my skin should like go back to its normal color. So I'm gonna cut it out for a little bit just to see if my melanin will return to this spot, and then like slowly reincorporate it to my skincare routine. But anyways, I just turned on the camera and I noticed that, and I was like, oh my god, But anyways, it's finally the weekend and I am about to go do some more socializing. Surprise, surprise. I'm on a roll, you guys. I'm so proud of myself. I was supposed to go out last night too, but I decided to just take the night to get some work done that I had been procrastinating on. My room has been clean this entire week, which I feel like is a reflection of like my mental health and like just how life is going. So that means everything is going well, knock on wood, but it's been a pretty good week for me. Tonight I am going to like a girls networking after work event, so no boys allowed. You see so many people complaining, especially women, complaining about how hard it is to make friends in the city. I really don't know if people are actually putting in the effort to make genuine connections in the city, but I think that having events like this, or I guess showing up to events like this is an example of someone putting in the effort. So I'm gonna go and hopefully leave with some genuine connections. Hey guys, happy Saturday. So I got up pretty early this morning, cleaned my room, put everything away because last night I kind of just crashed and had everything laying everywhere. I'm about to head into Soho because I have some things to return to Zara, and there's a new store that I came across via TikTok, shout out to TikTok, that is supposed to be like a cheaper version of Uniqlo, or like Uniqlo before the prices went up. So I'm gonna go check there because I've really been looking for like some slacks. And I got a pair of slacks from Zara, but the quality of them were like so terrible. I literally only wore them once. They were so thin and they got wrinkled so easily. So I'm gonna see if this place has like higher quality slacks that still won't break the bank. So we'll see. I'm gonna check it out. And depending on if I like it or not, I will share the name of the store with you guys. I think I'm gonna do like a solo brunch in Little Italy, and then I'm gonna come back for a meeting, and then we're just gonna go from there. So I will check in with you guys once I get to Soho. I am back from adventuring around Soho, and you know what's crazy? I was looking at all of the like models on the advertisements, and I knew literally like 80% of all the models on the ads. That feels so good. I'm so proud of all of my friends, all of my acquaintances, all of my social media mutuals. Like everybody's just been working, and it is so amazing to see. And honestly, I just can't wait for the day where my face is plastered all over the advertisements around New York. I've only seen myself in person in stores once, I think, and it was in Saks, which is kind of a big deal. It was a big deal. But anyways, the store that I was telling you about is called Goo. I think that's it. Goo. Yeah, I think it's pronounced Goo. And I went there because I saw a TikTok talking about how like they had great prices and whatnot. I feel like their prices were pretty decent. Like I guess if you're comparing it to like Zara, I'm not sure what Uniqlo's prices are currently. But this place is definitely cheaper comparatively to like the Zaras and the Aritzias of the world. But some of their like t-shirts and like pullovers were a little bit pricey to me, so I stuck to the things that I saw that were on sale. So I picked up this cute little handbag just because most of my bags have gold hardware, which is fine because I'm usually wearing gold, but on the off occasion where I want to wear silver, I don't ever have any bags to wear because they all have gold hardware. So I finally picked up this one. It has silver hardware. It was only $9.90, so like $10, which is great. It's like Shein prices, so love that. I also picked up some slacks. I was a little bit disappointed because they had tons of slacks to choose from, like with different fits and everything, but only the women's stretch tapered pant looked good on me. Everything else would have looked good if they had like extra long options. So I have really, really long legs and I hate high waters, and I typically wear like boot cut pants so that I can wear boots underneath them. But none of their boot cut pants were long enough. So I only had the option for the tapered pants. So I just got a black pair. Also, the sizing is pretty limited at this store. Like, they don't have any extra smalls. It's just small to extra large, I think. And as someone who typically only wears extra smalls, that was a little disheartening, but their smalls fit pretty well also. And then I got another pair in like an ivory off-white type of thing. I honestly don't know what I would even wear this color with, but I'm trying to branch out and like really create a more sophisticated wardrobe, and I think that these are like perfect for that. I just have to find more blouses, because I realize I don't have a lot of blouses, but I have a lot of like t-shirt bodysuits. So I'm definitely going to start investing in more blouses. And yeah, my more sophisticated wardrobe will slowly but surely start to come to fruition, and I can stop wearing the same freaking t-shirts every single day in every single video. But yeah, that's all I got today. I did stop in Aldo also because I've been searching for some like pleather black booties for the longest, but I can never find the specific one that I'm looking for. Aldo did not have them, which is pretty surprising, but they've got all their spring sandals and heels out right now, so it's not booty season anymore, so it's probably gonna be harder to come by. I'm gonna paint my nails because, as you can see, they are chipped. And then I'm gonna take a shower and probably relax before I have to start getting ready again. I'm going on a date tonight, so I'm gonna go back to Soho, and then yeah, that'll be my Saturday. Not much. This is definitely a more chill weekend for me, not doing too much, which I appreciate because I definitely have a lot on my to-do list that I need to get done. So I'm probably gonna just dedicate my Sunday to that.
6 hours later.
Okay guys, so I'm back. It's about 11 o'clock at night and it is thundering and lightning outside. But yeah, I don't have much to say. It was a good date. I'll leave it at that. And on that note, I'm gonna close out this vlog because I don't really have much planned tomorrow besides like my little miscellaneous tasks. So I will catch you guys in the next vlog. Bye!
'Cause I'm not just a pretty girl, I'm more than just a picture. I'm a daughter and a sister.